Like we say, Smooth Sundays. We do ask everybody right now to share the live, share the live, share the live. I want to see the chat active right now. Ready? Make we share the live right now, everybody. Let's share the live. Watch us say that now. Watch it now.
Remember those walls I built? Well, baby, they're tumbling down. And they didn't even put up a fight. They didn't even make the sound. I found a way to let you in, but I never really had a doubt. Standing in the light of your halo, I got my angel now. It's like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. It's the risk that I'm taking. I ain't never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade on your halo. I can see your halo. Your halo. I can see your halo. Hit me like a ray of sun, burning through my darkest night. You're the only one that I want. Think I'm addicted to your light. I swore I'd never fall again, but this don't even feel like falling. Gravity can't begin to pull me back to the ground again. It was like I've been awakened. Every rule I had you breaking. The risk that I'm taking, I'm never gonna shut you out. Everywhere I'm looking now, I'm surrounded by your embrace. Baby, I can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade away. can see your halo. You know you're my saving grace. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. Pray it won't fade on your halo. See your halo.
If you in the chat right now, let me see you drop that you in. You check in, check in, check in, check in. Watch our style, ya people. Ready? We don't play with them round here to this Gyalis and the Baddies each and every Sunday with there. We have a special guest in the building today. We'll make the ladies introduce him when we get to that part. But we're just there go and feel out and, you know, make the ladies them catch a vibe because last night was hectic in here.
I've been drinking.
I heard some people still got a hangover.
I get filthy when that liquor get it to me. I've been thinking. Why can't I keep my fingers off it, baby? I want you. Nah, nah.
Okay.
Why can't I keep
Who
my
went out last night to Ding Dong? Who in the chat last night that went out? I heard a couple of y'all have some drinks last night.
Cigars on ice, cigars on ice.
I'm talking to the ladies though.
Feeling like an animal with these cameras all in my grill. Flashing lights, flashing lights. You got me pity, 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 baby. I want you. Nah, nah. Can't keep your eyes off my pity, daddy. I want you.
In the chat right now, if you're live in the chat, just check in and share the live. Check in and share the live.
I want you. We woke up in the kitchen saying, how the hell did this shit happen?
Oh, baby.
Drunk in love.
Tell them all right.
Last thing I remember is our beautiful bodies running off in that club. Drunk in love. We be all night.
Watch ya.
We be all night. We be all dedicated to you. Wanna show you how much it will forever be true. Wanna show you how much you got.
Everybody, this is Third Sunday with Gyalis and the Baddies, produced by Live Vybz TV. And our team this week is Man of the Month. And we do have a special guest in the building. Ladies' choice, right?
You're patient with me, babe.
Them decide to kick me out of my couch and give one next man. You saw them girl are bright.
So
it goes. We got to share the throne as kings.
Show you, tell you through with me. I wanna keep it how it is, so you can never say how it used to be. Loving you, it's really all that's on my mind.
Okay.
I can't help but to think about it day and night. I wanna make that body rock. Sit back and watch. I'm gonna dance for you.
Hey ladies, right now, I got a question for y'all. Y'all ever had this feeling before? Y'all ever had this feeling before? Let's talk about it.
Just for a day.
What would y'all do if y'all a boy for a day? I'm asking ladies in the chat too.
In the morning and throw on what I wanted and go.
Like we said, we play some tunes for the ladies on the Sunday, smooth and deadly, right?
With the guys and chase after girls. I kick it with who I wanted, and I never get confronted for it, 'cause they stick up for me. If I were a boy, I think I could understand how it feels to love a girl.
Are you ready, ladies?
Be a better man. I listen
are going to check back in for the show. We talk about it.
Honey, I can see the sun
They don't listen to that.
away from here.
Ladies!
Can't you see the glow on the window pane?
This song where I play,
Sun,
the girls them we don't know if you right, don't sing it. Because the name Love on Top, I don't know like up on top.
touch me, I just melt away.
Oh!
Everybody asks me why I'm smiling out from ear to ear.
Again, if you're in the chat, please do like the live. Go outside of the chat and like the video itself. And do share it with a friend. If you don't share it with a friend, put it on social media, right? We're there every Sunday, 2 to 3 p.m. Gyalis and the Baddies, watch your style.
Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top. Oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. You put my love on top. Oh, oh, come on, baby. You put my love on top, 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 top. My love on top. Baby, I can hear the wind whipping past my face as we dance the night away. And boy, your lips taste like a night of champagne as I kiss you again and again and again and again. Now everybody asks me why I'm smiling out from ear to ear, but I know nothing's perfect, but it's worth it after fighting through my tears. And finally you put me first. Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. You're the one I need. You're the only one I see. Come on, baby, it's you. You're the one that gives your all. You're the one I can always call when I need to make everything stop. Finally, you put my love on top. Oh,
All right.
you put my love
Ladies in the chat, like I said, Gyalis and the Baddies every Sunday. We just go with that smooth vibes. We're doing it right. What's your style, though? Them never know, say so we can kick it off, right? If you like the vibe, please do subscribe. Ready, ready, ready. What's that style now? Watch me and the people a minute now. We got one more for the girl and then we get into the show, right? Yeah, people, we get into it.
We were just kids falling in love. Never knew that we'd take it this far.
Whoa.
Now I trust you so much that I can't get enough of your touch.
People, this song is by a Rochester native called Rose. Shout out to my girl right now.
When we first met, I didn't think you'd be the one for me. I was scared of all the shit I've seen. Trying not to hold my past against you so my future could be free. At my lowest, I didn't think you'd be the one to pick me up again. You was there for me, you made me see without a lens. No guy take care of me like you do, but who knew I'd be into you? We were just kids falling in love. Never knew that we'd take it this far. Now I trust you so much that I can't get enough of your touch. I can't get enough of you. Crazy how we tend to live our lives so full of love to give to anyone inside, hoping not to feel as lonely as you did the night before when you're sleeping in your bed. We were just kids falling in love. Never knew that we'd take it this far.
All right, people. That's how we are going to do it. Ladies, are you ready now? Are you ready now? Everybody! All right, people, this is Gyalis and the Baddies. And I'm going to just let the ladies take it away because like I say, them kick me out of my seat for your next man. I'm upset. So, it's up to y'all now to let me see what I'm going to do with the time and this guest of ours. Nigel, you want to take it from there?
Baddies. It is third Sunday, man of the month, so we have a special guest, Mr. Boogie the Barber. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. I thank you for all the support that you guys have been giving us all these weeks. You guys have faithfully been tuning in, commenting. Make sure you like and subscribe. We have more stuff to come. Yeah.
You got any shout outs, Tierney? Any events? Anyone of you?
Yeah, so some events would be that what is it? They are so sorry. They're having a therapeutic kickback, which is uplifting black men. It's happening January 29th, and it's happening at the Barber Loft at Grease Ridge Mall.
Ooh, nice.
And they will be discussing healthy ways to grieve the loss of a parent, what emotions are being displayed during the grieving process, differences between losing parents during childhood versus adulthood, and how does losing a parent affect romantic relationships and parenting in your life today.
Okay.
So that's on the 29th at Grease Ridge Mall at the Barber Loft, and I think you guys should check it out.
Okay. All right. Shout out to the men.
Yes.
Yeah, and then we got the y'all checking with the chat real quick. What's going on in the chat? Anybody in the chat yet?
Yeah, shout out.
We have 1,300 people and nobody know wants to say nothing. That's
You guys got to comment. Hey guys, talk to
How are you
us.
guys doing?
How was your week?
What's going on?
Nothing really happened exciting for me this week, honestly. Work. That's pretty much it. Oh, I got a promotion to
bum, 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 bum.
Oh, that's awesome.
to supervisor.
Ooh,
So
period.
that came with a big pay increase.
Oh, yes. Love that for you.
I love that.
That was that's not my hospital job. It's my nursing home job. But, yeah, that was the most exciting thing that happened for me. Yeah. Oh, I paid my furniture off, y'all.
Oh, yes.
Hallelujah. That feels good. That feels good.
Life is changing.
Stuff like that? Okay.
Yeah, life is going.
That's awesome.
No, you know what we do? Every time we come with a like an update and we're bettering ourselves.
Yeah,
or
that's
something,
good.
Take a
Oh,
sip.
that's awesome.
Take a sip.
Take a sip. So that's a
Yeah.
2 sip. No,
Take a
3.
sip.
That's a 3 sip.
Okay, well,
3 sips.
Okay.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
I know you are so happy. That feels so good
So
to
good.
know that you had a bill and then now you finally like paid it off.
Yes.
So congratulations. I
Paid
don't
it
think
off.
people talk about that enough. Like when you pay on something
And it feels
then-
so good, the relief.
Exactly.
The relief
and your credit's going
afterwards.
up.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
But I got a question on that when we pay off stuff, right? Mm-hmm. This is for me personally. I want to know if it's the same for y'all. So when I pay something off, in my head I'm like, now I have this free money that I used to put aside
Yeah.
to pay for this specific bill or item, and now that it's paid for.
Now you should save it.
Invest
I
it.
think
Now
that-
you should save
no,
it.
No, my mind. No, that's what I'm saying.
Or invest it.
My mind is telling me, okay, what next can I use this money to
Yeah.
accumulate with
Yes.
the same, you know, not saving more or saving less, but the same payment. That's how my mind works. So
Absolutely.
it's weird. Maybe I should start saving on that aspect.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, congrats to y'all.
Yeah, so what I do is I finally paid my car off. So
Oh!
I finally paid my car off.
That's good.
Now
No car notes.
Simple down.
So I've been actually my car note. So I've been actually saving the money that I was putting up for my car note, like paying my car note off, and I've just been saving it.
Oh,
So
So I've been
yes.
acting like I still have a car note.
So
basically.
you know where that's gonna
Okay.
come in handy whenever you have any type of maintenance.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I would advise you, and this is what I tell women, if
the
y'all have
rainy day
vehicles,
fund.
So for you, now that you got that extra money saving, you want to buy like your tires, set them
Yep.
aside
Yeah.
before the
Absolutely.
time even come.
Yep.
Get your engine checked out. Anything that needs to get checked, check it before it tells you to,
Yes.
and it will be cheaper that way.
That's good.
I'm
So
trying. I'm trying right now to not get another car note. It's so hard.
Yeah,
Everybody
because
keeps
you want a
telling
new
me
car.
your car is so nice, and
Yep.
it's there's nothing. One thing I can say about my car, I never talk bad about my cars. My car has been so good to me. Like my car has been so good to me. Like I love her so much.
Yes.
But it's like I want a new car,
Yeah.
but I'm like my car's been so good to me.
What you want a new car
I
for?
say enjoy it.
Just you know what?
Just-
exactly.
just for the aesthetic?
Exactly. That's what do I want another car for?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just enjoy
You
it.
know?
She's faithful. You gotta stay.
is.
Unless you're looking to like upgrade as far as like things that your car doesn't have, that's the only reason why I will say
I say put that money
But-
into
Bigger
something.
trunk space.
Yeah.
Put that money into something that can make
Stuff
you
like that.
exactly.
enough money
Yeah.
to buy you another car.
Absolutely. I
Exactly.
agree.
You
So
don't
then
gotta
that
buy
way
it.
you got two cars.
Exactly. Because I don't, you know, like
And
I
you
have
ain't
one
personally
kid.
buy it, something else bought it.
Right,
Mhm.
exactly. So I don't need like a truck or anything like that. You know, it has like Bluetooth, push to start,
Yeah.
the tap.
Apple
Well,
CarPlay.
Yeah, all
yeah,
that.
just like you
Something
said,
like-
just if you do get a new car, try to get rid of this one because you paid it off, but clean it up first so you could get more money for it.
I wouldn't even
Or
say
rent
get
it
rid of
out
this
on
car.
Turo.
Just literally
Just keep
put that
it.
money that your car note probably was what, like 3 something?
It was for.
4 something.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. It was for.
All right, so Bob, put that shit in like a bank account somewhere until you find the idea to put it into like a business or just some type of mutual
Yo,
fund,
we gonna
index fund.
change this nigga name from Boogie the Barber to Boogie the Hustler. 'cause
Yeah, a lot of nice little.
That's
I
real.
like that.
Now you got something that's paying for you another car instead of you actually coming out your pocket.
Pocket. Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
ladies in the chat, y'all heard them tips, and fellas in the chat, y'all heard the tips from the host and the guests.
All right,
have a little extra money.
we got a couple people tuning in.
Go
Miss
ahead.
Linda.
My sister.
Hey, Linda. Hey,
Linda,
Samantha.
Linda.
Hey, Reese.
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
I just want to say shout out to my sister wife. Thank you for tuning in.
I love that.
Sierra, need anything with you this week?
So this week, gosh, Sunday came so fast. Sunday came
Yeah,
so
everything.
fast. So what did I do
Because you always got something going
this
on.
week? I went to the Ding Dong concert yesterday. It was great, and we're actually in the presence of a very famous person here in the room with us. He's not on camera right now because, as you know, our special guest took his place, but our host of the show, Gyalis. You want me to say your name? They know your name? Oh, okay.
I don't have any worries.
Wait, but it was her covering the mic, but
But still talking in the mic.
Okay, so our host, Jermaine, the Gyalis himself, was one of the hosts for the Ding Dong concert yesterday.
Yep.
So clap it
was
up
up
for
there,
that.
up there
Uncle
showing his
Dixon
moves.
and
Yes.
Robust Entertainment are appreciate you guys and thank you guys for the opportunity. I look forward to working with you guys again. But
Absolutely.
Big
He
ups,
did an
big ups,
amazing
big ups.
job.
Shout out
He
to Rum Boss.
was professional.
oh, you know who I
time,
shout out to? Seeing you probably
everything.
was there.
Where was I?
Let the people know how Uncle Maestro deal with the crowd.
Oh yeah, absolutely great.
Uncle
He
Maestro.
did such a good job yesterday. I even told him
Anything your
personally.
priest do last night, keep doing it. Because the energy want to set off. And to make Rum Boss, them have to deal with it different. So I like how y'all make the competitiveness a way of learning how to do things differently. So all the DJs on clips, Maestro, Priest, Rum Boss, they did a crazy job last night.
They did.
And for that, we, give them some nice.
Yeah, some fire emojis in the chat. I don't know what people put. But yeah, so Jermaine did a great job. He was dancing and doing his thing. And, hopefully we'll see him on some more hosting gigs. I'm now his manager, so.
Pow, pow, pow.
I'm his manager now. Yes. And I've got some things in the works. So we'll see what happens.
All right, all right.
The wife team is growing.
Yes. But yeah, but the concert was good. Ding Dong did a great job.
Yeah, shout out
I
to
mean,
Ding
he's a
Dong.
great performer. Honestly, you guys have to bring him back all the time. Like between him and Elephant Man's pretty good, I'd say. Cableton, they love him. And Serrani.
Yeah.
I'd say those are really good
Serrani,
artists.
stay here.
Serrani, stay here.
Serrani love
And he also stole my name, but it's okay.
Egyptian like
Yeah,
Rochester.
Egyptian is good as well. But the concert was good. It was real good. Very festive, absolutely packed. And the after party was even better.
Yeah.
So that's what I did this week. And then I worked.
No, me have to complain, because I always complain.
Oh, gosh.
So the after party, though, this is bad. I
Oh,
told you all this
okay.
morning on the phone.
Go ahead.
Every time when they bring an artist to town, they never show up at the after party.
This is true.
But last night, because I was on the stage for so long and I didn't stretch before, my legs got tight.
And he didn't go to the after party, and he missed out. And guess who was at the after party? DJ Scrappy, Ding Dong, the whole team.
Wow.
It was amazing. I got to even meet Ding Dong, take a video with him, get a little interview with him, and
It seemed
Jermaine
like he
missed
was in his
everything.
section.
I
See?
was up there a little bit. A little bit.
On the side note of that too, I want to give a shout out to the management for the team for planning. Dion, she definitely got a shout out for us last night from Ding Dong.
Yeah.
That shit was fire. So when we drop that next week when we do our flyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Dixon, JC, and the whole team. Honestly, they did a great job.
Ever since Skilly Bang, from my perspective, they keep up and up.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the move I'm talking about. Guys. Keep it current.
Yeah, they're also men in business as
If y'all
well.
want to grow y'all crowd, y'all can't keep on the same type of vibe. Y'all gotta go with the time.
Exactly.
But like I said, ladies, we're here with our special guests, and like I said, it's third Sunday morning of the month, and the ladies, I want you to introduce the guest and let him know what he's sitting in for, because I don't know if you know yet.
Well, we should ask him what he did this week as well. Yeah, I seen a little yawn there. What were you? What were you doing yesterday?
What was that? I ain't gonna lie, I ain't do much.
Okay, you just went
I
to
went
sleep
and
a
got
little
some
late.
food after work,
I love that.
and I went to sleep.
Where'd you go? Where'd you get food from?
I got food at the Angry Goat.
Oh,
I got me some hot honey wings,
all
some
right.
good fries.
They do
didn't
have.
tell me you
It's
was doing
actually
that.
an underrated spot
I didn't
for
know
food.
I was doing that.
You didn't tell me. You
I
said,
didn't know I was doing
I'm
I'm so sorry we put you
on.
and
So,
watch movies.
Listen, I didn't know I was doing that.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. It's okay.
All right.
But listen
Angry
though,
Goat
so my week, it was a little sticky. So I'm in culinary school also, as well as being a barber, and we just had a long ass break, and I haven't had a break of nothing since about I graduated about 2017, almost 10 years now. But yeah, it was hard going back to school this week, bro. I did not want to be there.
Had a little freedom.
It was like one day, I hope my chef not watching this. I kind of faked. I'm sick. But other than that, though, it was really a regular week, though. I do love school, though. It just, I was tired.
I love that. Yeah. Some days, we can make it. We'll just fake it till we make it sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
you get
sure.
one day. You get one.
Just one.
Okay.
Just one.
Just one though. Just one.
Literally just one.
Just getting back in the groove of things, you know, when you're not doing something and then you're trying to like get back into it. So that's definitely understandable.
Yeah. It's really just school in general. Like, it's like weird. Like, I haven't been under somebody else's structured time in years. So it's like, I be in school like, damn, I really gotta be here.
Just a little introduction to Des. or Boogie. He is a entrepreneur. He's been an entrepreneur pretty much ever since I've met him. I've never known him to have a 9-to-5 job. He cuts hair at, what is it called again?
Three Kings
Barbershop.
301
Genesee Street. Go check him out. He's one of the best barbers in the town. Okay.
For sure.
This is my dog, my friend, my everything in one. This is my heart right here.
For sure. Vice versa.
He's in culinary school right now, as he mentioned before. He be cooking for me, and they teaching him well, and he's just like a good person to be around, for real. Like that man that you would want to have around and bring to Thanksgiving dinner for your family.
Got it.
He has a lot of personality. A lot of personalities. He has a lot of personalities, very fun to be around. Anytime I'm like, Des, just come over, I'm bored. Come over, we watch movies, eat, chill, sleep. Because I always fall asleep on him. But then he fall asleep too. We be falling asleep together.
That's good.
But yeah. Yo. But today we're gonna be talking about what men can bring to the table as far as relationships, and not just in a generalized aspect, in like a financial aspect, a physical aspect, emotional aspect. Like, it's very important to know what a man can bring to the table before you say, oh, I want to lock in and I want to do this for whatever amount of time. Like, this is something that relationships, I think, have been, minimized in society now, and people don't value relationships as much as they should be, and we don't take time picking our partners, because if we did, we would do a better job of picking them. And, I'm a person that believes in marriage. I don't feel like you have to get married to be with somebody who you love, but I don't know. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, and I feel like we are supposed to be married, So in order to find your partner, honestly, us as females, we shouldn't have to find our partners. Our partners should find us, And I had to learn that the hard way through a lot of stuff that I've been through over the years. But, just picking your partners wisely. And, we have our guest here today, and we want to see how you feel about that, Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, to piggyback off of, like, literally what you just said, as far as finding a partner, I personally don't believe you should find anybody in your life. Everybody who meant to be in your life, you're going to attract them.
I agree with that.
So, and then as far as relationships go, even with your friends, all relationships, I feel like you attract people that's more like you type shit. So if you getting somebody a little toxic, you might kind of want to look at yourself a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But my bad. But as far as the finding people like yourself, I see that as a way of having safe friends. And when I say safe, I mean like the chances of you learning new things and venturing out to do outside of what you're doing, it's limited when you have people like-minded to a sense. You might have the same idea to do the same things, but at some point, like for example, Sirenny like to go to like bars during the afternoon, like brunch, but not brunch, happy hour time, and I like to go out at night. You know what I mean? So we're the same, but not the same. But just to piggyback off of what y'all saying.
Yeah.
Not for real. Bro, I got a man's, bro, that is like eccentric. Like, this be the box, and he think like over here. Feel me? Like, he really do. But like, he don't be saying nothing that's like detrimental to your thought. He actually really give stuff deep thought. And most of my friends just not like that. I got friends that's into whatever they into, and they totally on the opposite spectrum. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like certain relationships you could pick. Oh, well, how about this? I say you could pick who you could keep. Certain relationships come in your life, and you just gotta like deal with it in your different way. Whether it's there or not, that's kind of just on you. Absolutely. You know what mess with you or what not. As far as like man and woman relationships, I believe like it's a team.
Absolutely.
I don't really get into like the 50-50 talk. I don't be into that. I feel like it's a team. And what happens on a team, you only as strong as your weakest man. So wherever one's slacking, you pick up. It might be a day you got to give your partner 90 because he only got 10.
Yes, absolutely.
Feel me? And vice versa. So, yeah.
Well, ladies, can I? Yeah, so
You're not supposed to be, but I mean,
I'm gonna kill this over there by himself.
He's holding it all right
yes,
now. But
absolutely.
we want to hear from you as well. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but as far as the whole 50-50 thing go, like I said, me not agree with it because if we're both, and to go back to what Nigel said, gotta find your partner or they gotta come find you because if you're going from the Bible say who find his wife find a good thing, so
yes,
that means women have to always be ready to be receiving that way. You know what I mean? And then it come back to what you just said about the remind me what you just said the last thing. Sorry. The
Be a
50-50,
team.
Yeah, the 50-50 thing. Me as a man, I feel like most men should have their life going in an aspect already where they could handle certain things on their own. So when you meet your partner, it shouldn't have to be a 50-50. It should be an addition to what you're already doing. So you adding your partner now to what you're already taking care of yourself because you're a man, you should be doing that. It should be now y'all living extravagant instead of you cutting half of your stuff, she cutting half of her stuff, and y'all still living.
Or y'all just living.
exactly.
Yeah.
It don't even gotta be. I mean, people want extravagant. It depends on like if y'all got a like-mindedness, nigga. We about to be nigga top 500 nigga relationships, nigga. Then that's y'all goal. But like, if I'm content with what me and my wife got. We got a nice home. We got.
Very true.
That's just what it is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I do simple living, so
Feel me? Even though me, I like nice shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I like nice shit, but
And
I ain't in no rush. Go ahead.
what's understood don't need to be explained.
Exactly.
If you and your partner agree to something and that's what y'all want to do, that may work for y'all, you know?
Literally.
Yeah.
So if 90-50 work for y'all, if 50-50 work for y'all, if 40-20, whatever the case may be, if that works for you guys, that works for you guys.
Cause what is 50-50? Like, how do you even explain that for real? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah.
all right, bow. Y'all said bills. Okay. It's more to being in a relationship than bills.
Bills, exactly. Exactly.
It's more. It's more than
So much
just shopping
more.
for each other.
Thank you.
It's more than just making each other look good. Like,
Absolutely.
like,
Yeah.
do you actually compliment me in other ways? Like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Mentally.
Do you know how
emotionally.
to pick me up when I'm down?
Exactly.
Okay.
real deal. Like,
Can I come home to a cooked meal after working a 12-hour shift? Okay. Can you do laundry? Can you clean up? Like I shouldn't have to come home and cook, clean, work, provide, take care of the kids, do everything. What are you bringing to the table?
Exactly.
You know, like what can you help me with on those days where I had a long day at work and I just need to come home and get in the tub and relax a little bit and have a good cooked meal. You know?
Absolutely. For sure.
So do you feel like as a man should, before approaching a woman, like have a job and like have a car and have a place to stay, or like what do you feel a man needs to have to even be able to approach a woman about a relationship?
Add to that, not just any woman, the woman he wants to take that.
the woman he want,
Yeah.
the woman
Yeah.
you want to take that chance with, bro. You gotta at least be having some type of something going on. Yeah, some type of vision. First off, a man who actually pursuing somebody already has a vision for his family. Like no bull. Like some type of some way he want to run his household. Some way, right?
Yeah.
As far as like financial wise, you should actually be having something going on. You shouldn't just be sitting on your ass. I ain't here to promote no bum. I ain't here to promote no trick either. Feel me? They gotta wait. But yeah, just have something going on. Like career wise, everybody it's a marathon, not no race. Feel
Absolutely.
me? Everybody not gonna be making 100K a year, especially in this.
Yeah.
I'm an entrepreneur.
Right.
And chop up.
No bullshit. I had an aspiration to move to Houston last year, bro. If I didn't move to Houston last year, I probably would have kicked down the door to 100K for a barber. Feel me? But I got dreams and aspirations. Shit happens. If a shorty want to feel like you not making 100K, I don't want to fuck with you. That's just not the one for me. Feel me? As far as crib, car, house, as time goes on, yes, you should start having like your own shit, because if you want to have your own family, you definitely want to have your own shit and not being somebody else's shit.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Feel me? But just because you don't got it right now, don't mean don't pursue the person that you want. I've done that in my life. Had, you know what I'm saying, somebody good and not pursue because I'm not where I want to be in life. Men, y'all want to talk about mental health? That's something a man deals with, especially somebody who actually like real deal believes in themselves or really want better for themselves. They will not fuck with you because they feel like they don't got as much going on as they need to fuck with you. Even though that's a mindset a nigga really kind of got to get over, because if somebody gonna fuck with you, they gonna fuck with you
regardless.
Bro, that part for men is tough, because I'm one of those men. Like when I see the women that I want to pursue, or back the time when I found the person I want to pursue, when I was, I'm gonna just go broad. When I was broke, well, not like bad, but when I was down, I didn't want to go out to eat with her. I didn't want to do anything, because I feel like that's my responsibility. You know what I mean? Anytime we leave the house, any of my female friends at any time, y'all know.
Female friends, like it don't matter.
I always try my best to make sure they good, because at the end of the day, they always look out for me when I'm home. So, just for that, like that said, any woman that you're pursuing that you really want, as a man, it's gonna mess you up when you're not financially standing strong.
Feel me?
That's
or just standing strong in general. It don't even got to. Financial is like one of the main ones, because
for me that's it.
It is. I feel like it is a main one, because you want to do for your shorty.
Yeah,
you do.
And as much as they say they don't want it,
they want it.
And that's the thing that y'all should stop saying wrong and mess up our mental health, because some men really do take y'all word for what it is. Like, man, you don't gotta worry about that fancy stuff, and so we could just hustle and work until we get to the points. But those same women go hang out with their friends or go on social media, see certain shit, and start feeling like they're getting left out.
Yeah, stop listening to your fucking. Not stop listening to your friends. But like, if you know you got something good at home, and your friends something you like, come on, man. And chat, if your man, I don't care if he ain't shit. If your man tells you a shorty is not your friend, nigga, you better take heed. He not telling you that for no reason.
Or
you
vice versa.
And just like when women can look out for us and let us know when a woman is up to no good, we could do that for y'all with men. With us as men, because of the bro code, we gotta just find a way of letting y'all know without sounding
too crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for real.
Y'all
bro,
just come to us straight and be like, yo.
Nigel a little different, but I treat all my female friends and stuff like that the same. She don't gotta pull out her wallet when she come with me, like, and if she do, I probably won't even go. I ain't even gonna lie. But Nigel will punch you in the face like, nah, I'm paying for this. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I remember what she said earlier. You said that earlier. That's funny that he's saying that.
She really will. She don't be playing, but
yes.
It's like, I don't have
you
to
gotta
pay
take heed for real.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not, you don't have a lot of, I think all three of us can kind of speak for that. Like, having male friends that is just specifically platonic, like it's so hard to come across people like that. That's why I appreciate Jay, because he's one of my really good friends, and he's never like tried to, it's always been really good, really platonic, and I think us women, we deserve that, but it's hard to come across stuff like that.
Female friends are critical, bro. You need it.
Yeah,
you need
absolutely.
How
you have to be
understand
friends with the opposite sex.
People, for people who know, they call me Gyalis J, and I didn't give myself that name. It's because I love being around females because of the conversation and what I've learned from them. It's how to deal with them. I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't even argue with females. As soon as they bring the voice up that notch, I'm like, what they call that, Ghost Casper? I'm gone.
I'm cool. I don't really like to argue with nobody. Period. From other than my friends.
Yeah, that's
you
fine.
Niggas not safe. Other than my friends, I ain't really into that, because I ain't gonna front, bro. Most of the points you be arguing about, you not about to change nobody's opinion on it, bro. If they already came to you with this point, that's what they believe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I might say a little 1-2 to educate you a little bit, but once I see I can't get through, it's
hearty conversation more than an argument. That's just like we're over explaining, we're talking,
So, question for everybody now. So how do we fix that in how we communicate with each other as opposite sex? I feel like I'm very good at it. I could, you know what I mean? So I feel like that's something we would want to let you know.
that word right there, you, we gotta stop using that. Like for real, like
relationships.
It gotta really be I. Like I feel this way. When this happened, I did this. When you start doing you, that's when people start getting defensive. Like, yo, when you did that, bro, that shit made me feel like, nigga gonna be like, nigga, fuck, nigga, I did that because I did, They gotta just be like, yo, bro, like, no bullshit, bro. I feel this way when this happened, how do we go about this? How can we, you know what I'm saying? How do we not have this happen again?
I see.
You know?
Wow. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm just shocked. Like, he's so mature and just so, like, he's a really great guest because it's not a lot of people, like, I don't see a lot of young men. I don't know how old are you. Can I ask how
I'm
old
25. 25, y'all.
Wow. This young man is 25 years old. And I would almost think that he has the mindset of a 35-year-old. There's not a lot of men his age that can say stuff like this. So,
well, one thing I can say, though, too, I'm a little bit different than most. Like, since I've been in the barbershop, all my friends, for the most part, is like 30 and up.
Right. Okay.
So I see what they go through, and I kind of be like, I'm cool on that. Feel me? But I always been wanting to be like kind of aware of my surroundings. I like to learn. Like,
that's why it's also important to have friends of all ages as well.
Of all interests,
of all interests, all ages, all demographic, it's very. I like to diversify the people I have around me, or not necessarily friends, because I know a lot of people use that word very loosely, but just the people I interact with. Like, it's very important to have these different perspectives. Absolutely.
You know, I will be at the bar, and if you look interested in me, I'm gonna talk to you.
Like,
oh,
absolutely.
Like I just can't help it, bro. You never know who you going. You never know. You just never know who you gonna run into. What you gonna learn from them. What they like.
That's true. Definitely a people's person. Love to talk to people.
Yes.
Everybody that wants to talk to me, I'm talking to them.
Yeah.
For a solid hour.
I talk to fiends. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay, period.
They got something.
You never know what anybody has to offer.
This is
just
true.
because a fiend is a fiend, they was something before they got to this stage. They went through something to bring them to this, you know? And maybe you need to talk to that person to help get them through what they going through, you know? We have a few questions in the chat. Okay. So Ash said, let's talk about having female friends and being in a relationship.
Wait, say that again. Having female friends and being in a relationship?
Like, I think as a man,
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. All right, so I had a female best friend from preschool to 25. Feel me? Okay. To, you know what I'm saying? So on and so forth. If she ain't fuck with you, I probably wouldn't fuck with you. No bullshit. I feel like she's not personally gonna tell me wrong. I'm not saying she's just like the ultimatum, the deciding factor, but I know my female friend has the best interest from me. Me having like knowing how to deal with female friends, I don't even play like that. Like, I don't be trying my friends and doing. If you my female friend, that's just what it is. If I show interest in you, that's a whole nother thing.
But how would it be if you were in a relationship, and then the person does not want you to be friends with your woman friend?
I feel like they would have to come with a reason why.
Yeah,
right?
I'm about to say it definitely got to come. It can't just be
like, I don't want
can't
to
have no that's a female. You fuck her. I'm not with. If you even on that, like, I ain't gonna front, bro.
I don't want you around me.
I'm getting to that age now. Early red flags and all that.
Absolutely.
You're done. Like, certain shit I'm just not
we
going
too grown for that.
Yeah, this is my procedure. Like, if I'm pursuing somebody, I know what I do. I let them know that I'm interested, but before I ask them to be interested back, I say, hey, you might want to come hang out with me for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Cause I got a female
and see how I operate.
How I live.
And
and
it's not even that
but that's what dating is.
That is why dating is
That's what dating is. It shouldn't be we was talking for a couple weeks. We don't fuck now. It's all some delusional we together shit.
And that's what society has implanted in people's mind. There's no dating. Dating is non-existent. Like, dating, I remember my last relationship, bro. I don't even think we dated. I don't even think I was brought to Christmas and introduced as a girlfriend, and I'm like, I promise to God, And like I was younger. I was way younger, so I didn't have the mindset. You know, I'm just like, this nigga calling me his girlfriend. Okay, I think I'm something.
Right.
I think I'm something for real. I done applied that pressure that I done earned the title of being a girlfriend. But now that I'm older now, I understand how important it is to date. How important it is to be able to know and understand the person and know what you're getting yourself into. That's the importance of dating.
Yeah.
Society has eliminated that completely.
When I like a girl, I'm taking her on that good date.
As you should.
A few dates, not just one.
But this is like you said. Y'all said it earlier. Y'all can't narrow dates just to be out eating and spending time with each other.
It's not.
When that's being said, it's all being like premeditated. You know you gotta act a certain way to
Exactly.
But I ain't gonna front. The first one do kind of be out to eat because if you pick up that phone, I'm probably not taking you on another day.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. Me, I like to build friendships first because I don't like if shit go wrong, we can't sit down or split peacefully.
Exactly.
Yeah, we could definitely split people.
So if they pick up their phone, that's fine. I just want to see your natural state. And if I can't tolerate it, then we could go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But as far as dates go, like I said, I always bring females that I like around so they can see any and everybody.
See
Ask what you want to ask, feel how you want to feel,
Mm-hmm.
and then we could go from how we want to go out from here on out.
Exactly.
Well, out to eat be a main one for me because
I love your belly.
yeah, I'm not like the oversized guy, but Boogie likes to get down.
Our first outing was TGI Friday.
She likes to get down.
Yo, you know what? Yo, let me tell you.
Yo.
What y'all don't know about Nigel, bro?
To get down.
Yo.
No, what y'all don't know.
I want to do a mukbang with her, bro.
No, that's what she ordered the first day. Yo, let me tell you though, she orders the what is it? The Feast of Meats platter at TGI. Yo, it's literally chicken wings.
I'll have a rack of ribs
fries,
smothered in.
That was
and for
crazy.
the lady, a salad. No,
Mozzarella sticks,
potato skins.
Potato skins.
Y'all know we don't have TGI Fridays no more, but that was one of my favorite.
Oh my God, we don't have
Mind you though, after TGI, we still went to the Gates Chi-Li Fair. Shorty still got a candy apple.
Everything that
kettle corn, turkey
she was having a time.
It was.
I'm like,
I didn't eat it all at one time though, y'all, and I had leftovers.
But I was like, yeah, for sure.
She was sampling.
She definitely getting that filet mignon if we go.
Yes.
Nah, but I like to eat good though. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely like to date. I like to go do. I ain't no boring guy, bro. I be living like a little pretty boring life, but when I go do shit, I go do some shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what was that? You living like what?
I be living boring a little bit. Just a little boring. Not a little work.
Can we touch back on?
Yeah, get in it. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, can we touch back on mental health a little bit, because I feel like a lot of people, and yes, dating, like, you know, that's very important, but I feel like if you've done work on yourself and then you meet a partner that hasn't been there, or somebody that's the worst. Like that is literally the worst, you know?
I feel like it's only the worst until you go through what they going through. Like, no bullshit. I had a girlfriend, right? One of like the longest relationship I ever had. It was probably like a year and a half, right? She used to be on some depression, like on antidepressants and all that. Like, I never understood. It used to be days where she was in school when I met her, all that, like going to school. Nigga, one day she just woke up and it was like, no, like, it's not what I want to do. It'd be days where she really be in the crib. And mind you, I'm that person, nigga, I don't even sleep past 9 for real. Like, I'm up, let's go do something. I'm motivating you, like, what you want to do? Whatever. What, you want to be in school? All right, bet. I'll go sign you up. I'll go look up. She'll be like, one day, I want to do it. Next day, it's like, nah.
Yeah.
I didn't understand that. I used to be like, bro, what the fuck you got going on, bro? Like, you killing my vibe. Got done with her. Probably like a couple months later, or like the next year, my grandfather died. Literally, my grandfather is like my father in my eyes. Like, feel me? Like, he taught me everything I know. That's probably if it was one person I know, like, if I called him, he's gonna come pull up. It was him.
Right. Yeah.
I went through that phase. I'm like, oh.
You understood her.
I understood.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Real deal. Didn't want to go cut hair. Didn't want to go do nothing. But I ain't gonna front the difference between me and a lot of people. I still went up and did that shit because it's like, nigga, who the fuck else gonna do this shit for me?
Exactly.
And she had a whole different support system than was like, like.
Because that definitely has a huge effect as
real
well.
deal. Like she had a mom that even like when she said no, it still kind of meant yes. Like she still really would still go do it.
Right.
Me, nigga, I was on my own. My mom kicked me out when I was 18. Like, so I had no choice. I got kicked out of school. Then I got fired from my job.
Okay.
And then I seen my mans was in barber school. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go to barber school. Mind you, this all is in a span of like 2 weeks. Cause I'm like, nigga, I'm damn near not homeless, but I'm just not in a place like it's steep. Like
that's dope. How you just I like how you just figured it out. Know you had to do something and didn't even think twice. As long as you knew it was safe and legal. You just hopped on it and just give it a try.
I didn't even know if it was safe or legal. I just
it's barber school, bro.
I mean, it's barber school, but it's like
school at the end.
Like at that point, I didn't even really. At that point, I didn't really care. That was just the first light that flicked off in my head.
I know, but that's what I mean.
Though it was
like,
other options, I was already doing other options.
This is what I mean when I say that, because you have certain niggas that when life hits them like that, they really do sit down and pick and choosing what they want to do instead of not just grabbing the opportunity that pops up first. You know?
Yeah, you got to jump in that water.
They're like, oh, I don't want to work here, or I want to be out this. You know, just and they men. It's so weird to me.
Chat. Get 60 to 70% of the information that you need and jump in that water. If it work, it work. If it don't, it don't. No back.
So I have a question. Did you were talking about your previous relationship. Did you learn from that relationship?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So can you explain, because you said that she had a lot of mental health, you know, she was very depressed and stuff like that. And some folks, it doesn't take them to lose someone to be depressed. And I think, Nigel, you can understand what I'm saying because you're a nurse, but there are people in the world that have low serotonin levels. And I don't know if you know what serotonin is, but it's basically an emotion that makes you feel happy.
Well,
you know, right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a nurse, but you know what I'm trying to say. It's whatever it is, it's the thing in your brain that makes you feel happy. So there's some people that don't have that. So that's why it doesn't take them to lose someone or go through something. They just don't have enough. And that's why they have to take medication every day. So they, you know, feel better or don't feel depressed or don't have OCD symptoms or don't have anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, I'm going off the rail. But what did you learn from that situation? From that individual that you were dating, what did you learn?
Like from
her?
From the relationship or from the mental?
From the mental health part, because we're talking about mental health.
All right, so from the mental health part, people probably will hate me for this. I personally feel like those things are emotions. Like real deal hard emotions. Whether or not you can get over it, that's on you. But they hard emotions, like real deal. One thing I learned is that if you don't have like a sense of like what you want to do in your head, like if you one of them people who don't know you, don't know you, like real, like bro, you'll be surprised how many people don't know what they like and dislike. Simple as that. Like just simple, plain like and dislike. Like if you don't know what you got going on, you're bound to fall into that because you kind of need something to grab on when you in them little spaces for real. Like especially if it's like, especially if it is somebody that passed away in your life, you really need something because them bonds be different.
Right.
Like for real, like my grandfather, he used to come to my basketball games and count every point and really used to come tell me like,
wow,
like
that's
that
amazing.
ass. Like,
so losing somebody like that was really hard for you.
What was it? I lost weight. I was on them drugs. Then mind you, I'm around a bunch of older people, so we drinking, doing just mad other shit. They got shit going on too. Like they got people passing away. So it was just like, it's a lot.
It was hard,
And then if you got people around you who kind of going through the same thing and y'all trauma meshing, trauma bonding, that shit be real. Like,
absolutely.
That's what I was about to say on the for the relationship aspect. I see in the chat they said would you let your woman sleep out if you had one? Sleep out.
I don't know what that meant.
I feel they mean like stay out if they go out.
It depends.
It all depends. But it all depends. You gotta Tasha, you gotta specify that question.
What are you talking about?
Yes.
Sleep out.
Sleep out with your girls or just sleep out?
Where is she sleeping if it's not with me?
Because honestly, me in a relationship, baby, I'm calling my man. Okay, I'm not sleeping at nobody's house. Like if I have a man, if I'm too drunk to call my man, babe,
she got
nigga, best friend,
call my man and tell him to come and get me.
Call your man because why you ain't sleeping with me?
Because my man is at home. I'm not. I don't really know what that means as far as like sleeping out.
Yeah, chat, please.
I'm sorry,
I disagree with y'all.
What?
Okay.
Can I disagree?
What?
Go ahead.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you from a man perspective. If that nigga ain't home, man, that nigga roam.
No. Man,
that nigga roam. Jay, that nigga, when he has a girlfriend, when he has somebody that at home for real, that nigga is roaming if he not at home.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you from me, when I was, especially in my early 20s, when I was dating and I had a girlfriend.
Reese said, hell no.
And I had my boys.
But it's different though. Y'all like our promoters.
Crazy.
Y'all
No,
have...
it's not, it has nothing to do with that.
But that's why I said, but that's literally why I said I can I kind of disagree to a certain
I wouldn't date no promoter.
It just depends.
Okay, so what's the scenario behind that?
Let's go, Jay. Hold on.
Like for me, example, like when we used to hang out with each other when we was young, we used to go out. We used to like 2 parties to 3 a night.
And I remember that.
And by the time we get back to here or your mom's house.
My house, yeah.
You wake up and see all of us at the house still.
Yeah.
And that's just from us going out. But as an aspect of you not giving that, like, say, for example, if I say we dating and I was like, yo, I'm stepping out. Not with the boys, I'm just stepping out. Then everything else come into play, you know what I mean? But
exactly.
Even with the boys, where does the respect level come in? Where it's like, did you communicate? Like,
no,
is there communicating? There gotta be some type of communication thing where it's like,
that's the key.
At around like 1, 3, it's like, babe, I ain't gonna lie, babe, we been in the club, but we probably gonna go to this next spot. And then why you keep going to different spots? What are you chasing? After like 2 a.m., what are you chasing?
No.
If we're not just out vibing,
I'm not me. I've been out with a girl before, and I dropped her ass home and went back out and came back home.
But that was a girl that you probably wasn't on that with.
No.
You're shorty?
Yeah, nigga.
I'm just a different nigga.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm in that crib. I know I wasn't going to.
I think it's a respect.
I be liking to be with my shorty, bro.
It's a what I think it is just a respect thing. It's what you and your partner, what you guys are okay with.
For sure.
What might be okay with you might not be okay with him. You know, so I think it really has to do with your partner and what you were allowing and what you think is okay. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like personally, I know my sister's like, y'all already know, like I have a lot of siblings. My sister, her boyfriend, her fiance, sorry, not boyfriend. Her fiance likes to do things. Well, he'll get her an Airbnb and say, hey, all your sisters can get together. You guys can stay the night with each other.
Okay, that's different.
You know what I'm saying?
Even that as a man,
do that though. You know?
See, you saying you agree with that, but then he's saying he don't.
But listen, I don't agree with that because I ain't gonna front. I feel like at the end of the day,
gonna get no Airbnb and say, "Oh, here's your friends," and da da da, because he's gonna want to be there. Like, if y'all in a relationship, like this is just from my personal experience. No man is gonna want to be left out. Like, well, you just chilling with your friend. Like,
let me tell you though, if I go get a B&B
back,
bang, go get you on your friend, y'all go chill in this B&B.
If we don't get that back,
fuck all that getting that back. I don't even care, because if I'm doing that, more than likely I got it to do that. Feel me? I did that to get you out my hair. So when I go out here tonight, I don't got you calling me.
Yeah.
If I decided to come out, I came home. If I did, nigga, you got your girl, nigga, I still did what I did. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I really believe that. Like, they really have a healthy relationship.
I could probably even come home to something lucky, like. I'm telling you, that's how, me personally, bro. I feel like that's how
I think
think.
There are some people in the world that's actually healed though.
Healed?
Like I don't
even think that's an unhealed thing.
I don't
it's
think
just
that's
like
an unhealed thing either.
Okay, so you think?
All right, so Bob, if you was my shorty, right?
Yeah.
You was like, go out with your friends. Cool. Have fun. About 1 o'clock, I'm wondering like, You talking about you going to the after? Okay, cool. After the after, It should be no more.
Yeah.
We going to another. Yeah. I'm staying at the. No, come on.
This is one
come
of the
on.
key things. I'm glad you brought it up. For me, especially. Before I even start liking you, if you like to be outside at a certain time.
Yes, we will never be. Yeah.
I'll give you a chance to try to change, but I'm going to let you know that's one of the criteria that's not going to fit the title you're shooting for.
It's not, right? If she go out past a certain time, bro, she go out too much. Bro, in our brain as men that want somebody at home, we don't want that.
If you're not in the entertainment field,
I was gonna say, what about we work?
And then if you're not into that, all of a sudden you got these friends that's into that.
We work.
I'm gonna just start thinking something totally crazy because why that's not you.
Yeah.
Why you going outside of you?
Yeah.
Ooh, if you're finding new friends that is just, you know what I'm saying? You ain't been doing this. Now all of a sudden you out with the
and back with the best friend thing, like opposite sex thing. If you got a best friend of like 20 years, I can't say nothing. But if we got together and you all of a sudden got a best friend.
I agree. Ding, 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 ding. I agree with that. Absolutely.
Okay, top sniper.
Yeah.
You know that either.
Dad, you said you were 25?
Yeah, for sure.
Are you sure you're not 35?
I'm experienced.
I'm experienced. Conversation.
I'm telling
like
you.
the movie Barbershop.
Bro, I feel like the barbershop is one of the best conversations to have, bro. We have real deal conversations. Hair salons, y'all do a lot more gossiping though. Like it'd be a lot more other people's situations. We do a lot of umbrella topics in the barbershop.
Think men don't gossip?
Huh?
Yeah. Men don't gossip?
We do.
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Niggas be hoes. Niggas be hoes, just like females be hoes.
It all depends.
I feel.
What do you call men gossip? Like, what do you say?
No, niggas
Same
gossip.
thing you
Jay.
call
we
women
can't
gossip.
No,
Oh, you know, right? You do. You have
I'm about to say
some
niggas gossip, bro. Like
They
it's
can
a
be more
difference between
messy than
gossip
females
and having a talk, bro.
Absolutely.
Niggas gossip. Real deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
She probably got people right now in her DM Thompson, bro. Why you like Boogie?
No, that's
like real deal.
That's why they say it comes to
That's your friend for real?
Yeah.
not knowing you like a millionaire walking. Crazy.
Yeah. No.
But let me see. What in that chat? What am I saying in that chat?
What's the chat, man?
Like for instance, you going to your friend's graduation. She lives far and she has to take the bus home. What?
Wait, what?
Okay, let me read it.
Tasha, that's so personal. Tasha, that's so personal. What are you trying to sneak out to go
She
do?
ain't got to take no bus home. She on that JetBlue Delta. Time out.
Like
we
for
drove together.
instance, you going to your
sounds
friend's
specific,
graduation. She lives far and she has to take the bus home.
Take the bus home.
Yeah, like, but my thing is, okay, there just like we were talking about, there's a line of communication, one, and respect. Okay, if I know that you going to your best friend graduation and it's far enough that you gotta take the bus or do X, Y, and Z and da 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 da. If you text me and say, "Babe, I'm not gonna make it home tonight," you know, it's too late for me to be taking, but that's where your man could be like, oh, well, I can come get you, or even if not, I feel like there should be some understanding.
Nah. Ladies, if you went to your friend's graduation and your man made you take the bus home,
that's
not your man.
That's what I'm saying.
What?
Not your
That's what I'm
man.
saying. Why is your
Matter
man
of
not
fact-
coming to pick you
Exactly.
up?
Matter of fact,
What if he take the bus also?
Hold on.
Oh,
Hold
okay,
on.
that's
though.
different then.
All right, if he take the bus also, why didn't he go to the graduation with you?
Exactly, because he know that at the end of the day, you gotta
This your
get
family.
home.
This your people's.
Exactly.
That's your friend. This
All right,
shit
so,
is
all
her
right,
friend.
I'm glad y'all brought that up. So here's another question for y'all.
Wait, she. Okay.
What's far?
What she said?
What is far?
Mm.
Like if it's an hour to the graduation.
New York City. New York City is far.
Far, yeah.
That's far. That's the only place I can see a nigga taking a bus.
She must have been a Greyhound, maybe.
Yeah, great.
I can't.
So my question,
So you gotta take that bus.
my new question is, what is the like? You know how you have some guys that don't like your women's friends, and vice versa. Some women don't like your man's guy friends. How do we go about fixing stuff like that? If your person is worth it, and your friends are also loyal to you, but for some reason the vibe ain't clicking, how do we fix that? Go ahead. It's your show, bro.
Hey, all right. So personally, this is just personal. Anytime I've ever not liked the girlfriends, they were bullshit. They were bullshit friends.
Majority of the time.
Real deal. I remember. All right.
We're not right about life, but when it comes to women, we have a sense.
Remember the girl told you I dealt with? She had depression, right? She had this group of friends one day, bro. I swear to God, the one girl was living with her. One of her best friend was living with her, right? This girl brought my shorty, ex-shorty, friends in her crib, went to the basement, smoked without her because they didn't like me. Because she didn't like me. Like, what type of friend is that? How the fuck are you gonna live with somebody? Bring her friends, the people that you live with, friends in the crib to smoke with them, have a whole cipher.
Yeah.
And
y'all
you didn't even
that at somebody else's house.
You didn't even
at one of their houses.
Feel me? One day, best friend woke up, sent her mom a whole Christmas list of shit that the mom never even asked her what she wanted for Christmas. Just on some entitled shit. I kept telling her, like, yo, bro, this is not your friend.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
They end up getting into it,
fighting, doing all that, and you already knew. You already told her, huh?
Already told her.
So for the ladies, same question. If y'all, person that y'all dealing with, have a group of friends or a friend that y'all suspicious about, or even if y'all have proof about their behavior or how they're affecting your friend, how would you go about fixing that?
I think it all depends, because I've been in situations where I've seen narcissistic partners that just will isolate you from
For sure.
your loved ones and people that you care about.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they're narcissistic and they want to isolate you.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to have discernment, and you have to know when someone is really for you and someone is just wanting to isolate you so you don't have anybody but them.
Right.
And then there's other you know, partners where there's people that's actually pointing out to you, hey, this person is using you. Why, when your birthday comes, they're not getting you anything, but you're always going out your way? Why are you putting stuff in your name for this person, but they're never doing the same? Why is this person always borrowing money from you, but you can't call them when you're out? You know what I'm saying? So I guess I think for me, you just have to have discernment.
Yeah.
Because there are people out there that will try to isolate you from your family.
For sure.
You know, so you just have to be in a mental space where you know, like, this person is good for me and this person is not.
Yeah.
So that's how.
That's definitely a fact. Even with that though, I don't really like to put names on people, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like narcissists and all that shit. I feel like people went through shit and they got habits from that shit that happened to them that they carry on throughout their life. Like that person you say is controlling, want to isolate them, probably really never had nobody to themselves, or the one time they had somebody to themselves, somebody else took them, so that's why they be on that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's important to work on it.
You know, it's like calling somebody crazy.
It's so
like,
important.
That doesn't make it right.
So I've personally, from 2022 to November of 2024, worked on myself. You know, I was not dating, not looking to date, other activities I wasn't doing, and I worked on myself. I went to therapy. I talked to myself. I looked within things I have problems with as well. You know, maybe I'm not being a good person in this way, or I'm not being a good friend or a good partner, good family, you know, something like that. So I worked on myself, and it took me a full 2 years. Not to say, you know, you can't work on yours. Things arise all the time, but I took a long time to do that.
That shit really take a minute, bro. That
it
shit
takes
take
a long time. So sometimes when people say that, you're just like, okay, like it's not going to happen right now, but you guys are already in the relationship. Then what do you do at that point?
Right.
When you've realized that one of you needs to work on yourself, because in the beginning, sometimes it's all like, you know, rainbows and fairies, and then you're just like, okay, like there's a problem with one of us here. And what are we going to do? Are we going to break up, or are we going to work on this? What are we going to do? What do you guys think?
I don't just be on no breakup shit. Oh, my fuck.
Oh, no, say what you're going to say, because that was important.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I don't really be on no breakup shit. Like, unless you like cheat on me or something like that, then that's a line that I'm just not with. Because once somebody cheat one time, they gonna cheat again.
Absolutely.
That's a habit that's just, feel me?
I'm petty.
Huh?
If you cheat on me, that's not grounds for breaking up. It's just grounds for me to torture you. And it's not torture you physically, just mentally.
Why though?
But
That's mental shit.
Yeah, that
Why?
is. Because what?
What does that? What do you get out of that?
Because you're gonna have to come, like, because you know when you ask, from me, my perspective, when you ask whoever, guy or girl, why they do it, there's always some jibber jabber shit. So in my head, okay, cool, I forgive you, but now how we move is gonna be altered, and you're gonna be questioning.
How you forgave him then?
Yeah, exactly.
I forgive him for the.
How you forgave him?
I did forgive him, but how I'm
You
moving
did.
is not gonna be the same to me. For
I mean, I wouldn't be.
You're so
I don't know. You
emotionally
can't forgive somebody
mature.
and change how you fuck with them.
Exactly.
If you let somebody, I'm not no nigga who a motherfucker do something to me and it changed who I am as a person.
Yeah.
Feel me?
Exactly.
Like, feel
He
me?
was
Like,
never real from the jump.
You gotta show. For me, I believe in show people what you could do.
Jay, my cousin got killed two years ago. That was like my last final decision to move to Houston. Like when my cousin got killed, like I'm like, hell nah, fuck this city. I wanted to spin, like real deal, like driving through where them niggas hang at, and real deal really thinking about like, feel me? Mind you, these little kids, like it was 16, 17-year-olds who killed my cousin. Feel me? I understood that wasn't me. I can't be letting people do shit to me and that change who I am. You know what I'm saying? Because the energy that you put in the world, that's definitely the energy you're gonna get back.
That's a fact.
For sure. So you thinking that just because she did something to you, you about to go out here and torture her and ain't shit about to happen to you in life? Yeah, right.
Nigga, her karma is happening through me immediately. That's what I said.
No, that's
you
not
don't
for you.
do wrong.
That's not for you.
That's how you feel, but you don't do wrong to people because that's not right. You don't do wrong to people. I've been cheated on multiple times, and to this day, I've been out of my relationship since June of 2024. I'm still finding out this nigga was cheating on me. We was living together. I'm still finding out that I was getting cheated on.
And that's hurtful.
Like it's that don't mean that I'm gonna do wrong to the person. And you know, there was times that I knew that I was getting cheated on, that I knew that I was cheated on, and I still stayed. It didn't change how I felt about that person or how I treated that person or anything. Because if I say that, one thing I go by is I forgive, but I don't forget.
For sure.
You know, I'm gonna always remember that. So if something else funky comes up, I'm gonna be like, I'm always gonna be like, well, you did this to me before, so is it happening again? Like, let me step back and question, well, is this the same situation that we was in when X yada 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 happened, or is this something different? You know? So, but I'm it's people that I talk to, like even my coworkers and stuff, like I go through so much every day. I handle so much just family stuff, life stuff, but you would never be able to tell that to, like, just by the person who I am, the way that I go about things, because one, I believe that life is too short. I've never been like in the streets. I grew up out in the country, you know, like out in the burbs, out of the way, you know, stuff like that. And I don't know, I've never really experienced living in the streets or whatever, but life is too short. And I see that every day. Like, life is too short to be sad, depressed, depending on what you're going through. You know, last year, things kept coming back to back to back to back to back, but I ain't let that stop me. You know, like, you can't let something that's going on in a relationship make you be like, oh, well, I'm going to do this back. Because at that point, what is the relationship for? Y'all don't even need to be in a relationship at that point. Because at that point, you changing how this relationship is operating. You know, it's not the same no more. There's no point of even having that operation. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, like you said earlier, that's one. You're one. Especially when you talk about marriage, kids, when you have attachments to people like that, at that point, you way too far to be like, oh, well, you cheated on me, so I'm about to start treating you like this and no. If that's how you feel and you haven't forgiven. If you feel like you got to get your get back, you have not forgiven. That's not what forgiveness is.
It's not.
That's not what forgiveness is.
And chat, I don't cheat.
Get back. I'm just like, I shut down.
But you just said your karma is gonna come for me. That's get back.
That's get back.
Karma is get back.
That's
if
get back.
you're the one initiating the karma, that's get back.
Well, so what's wrong with me making Jesus work quicker?
Nah, fuck that.
Nah.
Yo, chat, I don't cheat.
Jesus gonna do what needs to be done, what is supposed to be done.
Just so y'all clear, I'm at a point in my life right now. I'm not perfect.
No.
Fixing.
And
if I would say that's one of my
there's
flaws,
always opportunities to agree to disagree.
Like, for example, we have problems. I'm not the type to, like you said, attack you back. How my life is set up, bro, shit always happens to me where you're gonna have to be a part of something. Now you can't because you fucked up.
Yeah.
That's me, and I'm gonna put emphasis on. Obviously, you know,
for sure.
Be a part of this because.
But that's our culture, though. It's like you're not. You're not wrong for thinking that way that you're wrong. But that thought of thinking is wrong.
Exactly.
We've just been conditioned to think that way, bro.
Exactly.
Real deal.
Can we talk about, because I don't think people really know, like, when you actually get in a relationship with some person, you with a person, do anyone here know about attachment styles?
Attachment styles?
Yes.
Like being clingy and shit like that?
No. So listen, there are 3 attachment styles. One is avoidant, secure, and anxious.
I feel like mine's avoidant.
So, but listen. So, normally avoidant people attract anxious people. And the only reason I know this is because of school.
Yeah.
Like, I literally studied, like, the human body. So like these are things that I learned about in school. So when you get in relationships with people, you have to know their attachment style first. Because normally people who are
what's
anxious,
the definition of an attachment style?
I ain't gonna lie.
Okay, so attachment style is the way that you love. So for example, I'm gonna tell y'all, everybody in the chat, I'm gonna tell you guys my attachment style. I have an anxious attachment style. So with that, I normally attract people.
Wait, give a definition of what that means.
Anxious
like what?
attachment style?
Yeah.
I feel like if you're an anxious attachment style and you attract an avoidant attachment style, that's to level out your anxious style.
Let me.
Go ahead.
All right. So I have an anxious attachment style. This comes from childhood. This comes from your parent not basically. I'm talking a lot. This comes from your parent not basically giving you what you need.
Well, that's you. Love. It can be other situations.
Yeah.
Well, that's the definition of an anxious attachment style. So
just parents in general. Because
normally, yes. So it is how you were.
Not necessarily.
I'm gonna say normally.
Anxiety does not just stem from parents.
Absolutely. She's talking about this specific type of anxiety.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is for you, not generalized.
No.
That's what I learned.
I feel like it's generalized for this type of anxiety.
Yes. So what I learned, I'm gonna just talk about what I learned and what I know from school and stuff like that. I learned was an anxious attachment style is normally. When we're talking about relationships, so we're not talking about anything else. We're talking about specifically relationships because a lot of things come from childhood, how you were raised.
Yes.
So that is normally how you were loved.
I feel like most things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your life pans out. Whatever you learn from the ages 0 to 7, it's like legally, statistically.
Yeah.
That's what your life gonna pan out to be.
Everyone has an attachment style. Right. I have a 10-year-old son, and I did the attachment style test on myself, and I also did the attachment style on my son, and I also did the love language because children have love languages as well. Everyone has a love language about how they want to be loved and how their attachment style. Thank God my son has a secure attachment style. However, I have an anxious attachment style from stuff that I've been through as a child. But anyway, so I normally attract people with avoidant attachment styles. So saying that, people who are anxious, normally, I need to talk about the problem right now. Yeah. Because I feel like you're going to leave me right now. Even though you're not going to leave me, I want to talk about the problem right now. Because I'm scared that you're going to leave me because I'm used to this parent not being available or this parent so you have to, with being in relationships.
Are you like that with all your relationships? Like not even just man and female. Like are you like that with your friends? Are you like that with your grandparents? Are you like that with your mother? Like that covers everything. No? That's when it covers
a little bit.
Because
so
attachment,
to a certain extent.
That's what I mean, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
But that's why I was
feel
saying
like it's
that
just love.
It's not
love
just,
is just
parents.
love. Yeah. I feel like we try and put too many scientific names on shit. Shit just be love for real. Like if you love a nigga, you feel it. Like that's a feeling, bro.
Let me
like
tell you something about love. If you don't know God, you're not about to know love.
Okay.
But not everybody believes in God, though.
But
so
what is God? God is different to everybody, bro. You got niggas
God
who believe
is love.
Listen,
but what
you
about
got
the
niggas
people
who
that
believe
believe
that like I am
Allah
God.
is love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever your
type of
friendship,
God, whoever exactly.
Yeah, whoever your creator is, that is love because he created you.
I feel like that's the first language. That's the first language you learn is love.
Yeah.
That's the first language you understand or don't understand because
before you even come out the womb, you know what love is because your mom has to carry you. She nurtures you. She rubs that belly. You know, like
you don't know that shit though. When you come out the womb and you look your mom in the eyes.
But how you know it then?
Because when she looked you in your eyes, before any of that,
you don't have to have physical contact to know love though.
You don't.
Right.
You don't. But from a baby coming out the womb, it's from that first eye contact with their mother, and when they put that titty in their mouth, that's when they know love.
The connection from the umbilical cord to the placenta being inside of the mom, they instantly can everything that mom is going through, that baby is gonna feel. If mom is stressed out.
No. If that baby came out the womb and they snatched that baby from the mom and took it somewhere else, they wouldn't know love.
No,
they wouldn't know. They would not know love. They wouldn't know it. If you snatched a baby from the womb, from when they came out, and put them in a place that it wasn't no love, they wouldn't know love.
Of course, because you're taking them away from that love of environment. But I'm telling you, love starts in the womb, though. It starts in the womb.
Okay.
If you don't want a baby, if you don't want a baby, if you don't plan on loving this child, most people that get pregnant and decide to keep, they love that baby and nourish and treat that baby with. There's conditions where
I'm a mama. So
love starts from the womb.
Listen,
it starts from the womb.
I feel like it starts from the womb as a mother, but as like being the product of what that is, they don't understand it.
They
don't know what it is.
Even as a baby, even as a baby, they don't know it though.
They know
even
it. I'm
as
telling
a baby,
you, once you put that titty in their mouth, that's when they know, like, oh, this lady loves me. This is my person.
You a mom. I'm not a mom.
Okay.
You a mom. I'm scientifically speaking, knowing
like
that
your baby didn't love you before you put that titty in her mouth and really not. I wouldn't say titty in the mouth. That specific example. But like,
how does a baby know that that's their mom before even know? Because they look in their eyes.
Yes,
no,
literally, bro.
Because they know from it smells.
I feel like remember they coming
Can
from
I say
inside.
something?
Huh?
Go ahead, Mama,
Like I understand.
I'll follow up behind you.
I feel like with them being in the womb, they understand that this is somebody I'm close to, I'm connected to. But once you actually show them, like, yo, nigga, I'm your mother, nigga, I love you. That's when they understand, like,
can
love.
I say something? Because I agree with you, and I also disagree with you, and I agree with you, but I also disagree with you as well.
Okay.
So listen to this. I'm a mom, and I love my child as soon as I found out. Like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I was 17 years old, and I found out I was pregnant. I said, I'm keeping this baby. I said, I love him. I'm keeping this child. And when he came out, I did find that he was more attached to me. I was breastfeeding. I was doing all the things. However, I did see something where my sister adopted a child, and yes, she saw that child grew in her biological mom's stomach, but my sister brought this child home, and then I saw that child have a connection with my sister. You know what I'm saying? That might not have been my sister's biological child.
Your sister imprinted on him.
However, she was a caretaker. You know what I'm saying? I did notice at the time that my son was more attached to me than his dad at the time because I was breastfeeding my son. I spent more time with him.
Time.
You know,
that was it right there.
That goes. I got you.
That 4-letter word right there. Time. That was.
Des, I got you. How about the nannies that take care of kids?
Like, bro,
that
the
also
kids don't like the parents.
absolutely.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You seen Malibu's Most Wanted?
Absolutely.
That nigga loved his nanny.
I agree with you. I agree. So it just all depends. Like, it literally depends on
my thing I was saying is that it just starts in the womb. That's all I was saying, because of course,
and I agree with
the
that.
affection that you have towards a child is definitely going to help them to develop and understand what love means. But I just wanted you guys to have the understanding that love starts in the womb. Just because in adoption, fostering, any type of anything, you know, even a foster child can develop a relationship with somebody when they foster siblings.
That's
or anything they can drop.
That's when they go through it. But as far as actually being in the womb and the
Exactly.
baby feeling love and knowing love, he don't. You gotta
they
teach
do,
him.
though. But they do.
They do. I'm sorry, I had to disagree with you. They do. Absolutely.
Because if you take a baby that has been through so many stressful situations, and a mother who's on drugs, or a mother who's on
Most of them kids turn out bad.
Exact. My point. So that's why I'm saying it starts from the womb.
That's why
it starts from the womb.
Listen,
because if you
it
were
starts
loving,
with the womb from you. If he come out in the world and don't know nothing, if he don't know love, if he's not shown love, he's not gonna know love at all.
But I think
that's why we got these little YNs out here right now with ski mask and all this other bullshit because they don't got nobody who loved them for real.
But I think
like
what she
real
was saying was like prior to the
being exposed to the
prior to being exposed, they don't know nothing about it because they ain't experienced it yet.
No.
They ain't experienced it yet.
So we can agree to disagree on this topic.
Basically, what they're saying is
they don't know that
when the baby's born, they're just hungry. Until they get fed, they're like, oh, you fuck with me.
And they know their mother. They know their mother heartbeat.
Absolutely. Yes, they do.
Oh, let me tell you.
It's scientifically proven that a baby knows her heart. I know it. Exactly. It's scientifically proven.
That I've learned.
You're just talking based off of just knowing things in the world.
They don't know that you're their mother. They don't know that.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
I think we
so
need
why
to
do
go.
people grow up with other families and be thinking that somebody else that they parents and but whole time somebody else?
I got you. I think he's thinking.
I guarantee you, if that baby was to go and meet their mom, they're gonna know that that's their mom.
Yes,
100% sure
because they know that this family. They know that this family. They don't know that this is like my mother.
You just said if a baby got adopted by somebody else and think that that's their parent, but if they see their mom, they're going to know. Mentally, there is something like, dang, this person looks familiar. Don't know. They've been because they never seen their parent before.
All right, so Bow, if me and if she was dark skinned and me and her had a baby, if we was both dark skinned,
that's too
and
literal.
you light skinned, no, that's literally what it be.
Okay.
A lot of times with adoptions, right? And you light skinned, right? And you looking at us and you start looking at features like, damn, I really don't look like my mom. I don't look like my dad.
We're not talking about looking at like it's a feeling that you know because you've developed that in the womb.
The feeling that they get is because of the missingness of what they got going on already, bro.
No. Can I say something, guys?
Guys, we gotta move on from this.
You know what I think it is? It's, and I'm sorry to say this, and you guys might not agree with me, but I really think it is man and woman. Women have a different experience.
They do because men don't understand the birthing process.
I can tell you right now that when my child came out, he knew. He knew that was right on my chest. That little boy right there laid right on my chest, and he knew that I was his mom. Yes. They studied your heartbeat. They're in your womb. They study your heartbeat.
Feel that. They can hear it. They can hear everything you're going through.
And not only that, it has been scientifically proven, and you can contest to this, that if you have a dog in the home and your child comes out, and it might not be startled to that dog because they're used to hearing that dog bark. They're used to hearing all those things. No, absolutely.
But they don't know.
I feel like I feel like this is my personal opinion. I feel like they know family. No. Like coming out the womb, they know family.
But how do they know the family? Because they've been around it in the womb.
But they don't know the hierarchy of the family.
You're proving my point even more.
No, what I'm saying is, listen. All right, Bow. What I'm saying is that they know that you're family, but they don't know the hierarchy of the family. They don't know that.
They don't need to know that. You just said that love is love.
Okay.
That's what you just said. They know love.
I got one question.
Hierarchy is knowing that it's a mother and a dad.
For the ladies, real quick. So, when a baby's born, right?
Then we'll get to the comments.
The whole skin to skin thing to make the bond. Would the baby react differently if it was somebody else? I say that because when my baby was born, the nurse, she wasn't crying a lot. The nurse picked her up. She was good.
They want the first contact to be with the mother.
Yeah. But when
why do you think they want that? Because if that baby comes into contact with anybody else and they show them love, that's who that baby gonna want to be with.
I can see that point, but it's not that extreme. But I definitely
not necessarily.
Yeah,
I'm gonna rock with you 40% on that because that could happen.
That could happen. That's a possibility, but that's not every. That's not.
Their mom first.
They took my baby right away from me. I had him at 8 months, and I did have that skin to skin with him, but they immediately took him away because his lungs wasn't fully developed, and he had to go to the NICU. So
because they encourage for babies to have skin to skin with their fathers as well.
For sure.
Absolutely. They put him right on my chest, and my child could not breathe. Like they were like, we need to take him. They literally took him, grabbed him off of me, and was like, we need to take him.
He knew that you was his mom.
But that first,
he knew
when you held him right here, and you looked at him, nigga, he felt that love. He felt that. That's how he knew, like, oh, nah, this is my
heartbeat.
He felt
nigga,
that
he
from
knew
the
it. He
womb.
felt that.
But he knew that from the.
Like,
he
nigga,
felt
like,
that
this
from
is
the
my
womb.
mom.
Feel love from the womb, though.
You do.
You do.
You do.
You really do feel
You
love
definitely
from the,
feel love from the womb.
Listen, I used to literally sing to my son.
And they
I
will
That's
move.
different, though. That's
and
frequencies.
No.
Yes.
That's frequency. That's
just
well,
like
love is a
hearing-
frequency. Love is a frequency, for sure.
That's just like
But
hearing
that's
the heartbeat, though.
Yes.
That's
I would-
it's
I would
the
play music.
Yo, he
nurturing.
just agree with y'all. So we
I would. He does though. He just doesn't want to admit it, but
And
he does.
He just said, y'all right. He just agreed. So we're moving on.
Yeah, we do need to move on. What is that? What are they saying? in the
But I
chat?
love this though. I love it.
Can we hear more from you?
Right.
What time-
I feel like
yo,
you
what time
know,
is it?
yeah. Siani, where you been?
55.
3:55.
Yeah. So
Yeah, let me see my phone real quick. 'Cause
We
I
have a
might have to
nurse
go
and
in
a
second.
mom, and I just feel like, Siani, what are you thinking right now?
I'm just gonna read the.
Yeah.
hit the
Yeah,
comments.
hit the
I got
hit the
it.
chat up.
Yeah.
We're gonna start wrapping up, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hit
So
the chat real
D&K
quick.
Catering said the love started with pregnancy once they're pregnant, basically. Started to form. There is a bond between the mom and the baby.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Ash said it does start in the womb, but it has to continue once they're born.
Like, it has
if
to
it
keep
stops,
going.
then the
That,
feeling will
I
disappear
agree with
and be
that. I
forgotten.
agree with that. 100%.
I don't like.
But all
Go
we
ahead.
were saying is that it starts in the womb.
It
We weren't
starts,
saying that you were wrong as far as keeping it going.
Right.
All we were saying was that it starts a baby knows love from the womb. And then whether it's taken from them or continued on, that can change. Whether or not it's taken on or continued on after they come out the womb,
sure.
that can instantly change. But they know love from the womb.
And that's why I said I agree and I disagree because you are right.
Yes.
But so I agree with you.
For sure.
Anything else?
Brianna said love got kids is shown through consistency. So whether you're the mother or adopted mother, it doesn't matter. Here, I'm just gonna give you that.
But but
Like,
that and
kids
that goes
understand
back to what
time.
you were saying.
Kids
So
understand time.
and that's why I understand because, like I said, I have my own child who I've raised, and then my sister has her adopted child that she has raised. So that's why I said I absolutely understand. So I think what we were trying to say was it comes from the womb at first, and then what you were trying to say was it has to be consistent.
Exactly.
Which I understand, and that is true.
And I agree with that.
And I agree with that as well.
Whether it's coming from a father, a grandmother, a granddad, because not all babies go to a mom and a dad. They might go to their grandma and granddad. They ain't never had
I'm
skin
saying
contact or
they
anything.
know love, but I don't think they understand that the love is coming from the mom. I think they just understand
But
that
they
they're
know
feeling
that
this.
they're-
They just understand that it's love. That this emotion that they
know
feeling
that
is
that's
love.
their mom, based scientifically proven that they know that that's their mom. Based, there's hormones, there's feelings, there's heartbeats, there's
I would say
a whole 9 yards to how a baby can tell that a person is their mom.
Well, I wouldn't say they know it's their mom specifically. They would just know this is the person
that loves me.
Yeah, that I've nested with, that helped me. This is the energy that.
Because they don't know mom, dad. You know,
Yeah.
they just know. I know.
They
This
just know
person's
this is.
heartbeat.
I know this
said,
person
like
for
you
real.
said,
Like I
like
know
you
this
said,
person for real.
Like
This is probably the person I've been close
They don't know
with.
the hierarchy, who's dad, who's mom, who's auntie, who's uncle, but they just know this who made it safe and comfortable when I was here.
I feel like a person does know their mom, but
It's not
even if you watch like the Lifetime movies of the kids that have been like kidnapped for X amount of years and and they walk past somebody that they might think is their mom just because of that feeling. You like, dang.
Because
That feeling feels familiar, you know.
Listen.
A stranger, complete stranger, just somebody grocery shopping in the store. They like,
Nigel,
dang, that feel like.
Nigel, if you sat right there in the corner, right, and I walk through that door, you'll probably be able to feel that it's me. Real deal, like real deal. You probably be like, oh, that's Daz. Just from how I'm walking, my energy,
But
my
that's
vibe.
because we've had connections though. But
The people understand energy.
That's
energy. That's it.
Exactly. But a baby can tell that from being in the womb.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they just know
you're
the energy.
proving
They
my
don't
point
know.
even more.
You right.
Like, you're agreeing with me.
I am.
But you think of it as an energy. Love is an energy, though.
Facts.
Love is an energy.
Facts.
So,
energy, whatever we want.
Well, it is. It's a frequency. It's an energy. It's a feeling. Love is a whole
creation.
lot of things. Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
Love is creation. Where you create
Creation?
Or anything.
Love is definitely creation.
Even you building a box to put something in, that's love.
Yes.
Creating something.
Exactly.
Creation of love.
Exactly. Anything that you have a passion for.
That's why they say God is love.
That's the one main thing we supposed to be doing on this earth is creating. That's the one thing in the Bible that's consistent. He created.
Yeah, that's what we were let out to do. Love each other. So however we could create, whether it be creating a good energy, a good community, or more humans.
What did chat talk about? Read the chat.
We said everything,
I love this
but they
episode.
disagreed.
Like
More. A baby is instantly connected with their mother in the womb.
I agree with that.
A baby instantly connected with their mother before birth. She is right.
Can we talk about? Okay, so I had an experience that.
Okay, this is the last one.
The last one, but I'm sorry, I can't even get it out. But I had a feeling that I've never felt before, even now. Like after having my son, like I don't even know the right word. I don't know if you know, but after you have a baby, there's like some type of hormones that come over you, and I've never felt that feeling before. I've only felt that feeling one time in life, and that was when I had my son. And it's just like a lot of
rush crying. Well, that has to do with the imbalance of the hormones. So once you,
Shorty said I'm unmanageable.
Soon as I had him,
wait, he looking at old stuff. But that's a scientific thing where like once you have your baby, that's why you get the shakes.
I was like, oh my
and then
I started kissing his dad. Like, I'm like, oh
instantly
my God,
instantly after you have a baby. So when you're pregnant, your hormones are way up here. After you have that baby, your hormones drop instantly. There's no change like. Over time they start to equal out again, but it takes time for you to get used to that. You go into shock. Yes, after you have that baby, you go into shock. You start to shake. You might spike a fever. It might cause you to bleed. I mean, it. So that's what you were feeling. Yeah. I forgot what it's called because I'm not a labor and delivery nurse, but. That is a thing where your emotions, you're just overwhelmed with happiness, joy, sadness, all you can be angry, but whatever is brought upon you will come in that moment because your hormones are just like I don't know what to do.
So it was a good feeling for me. My experience, it was a absolutely amazing feeling for me when I gave birth, and
What you want to say?
Yo, listen, man.
Talk to
Shorty said I was unmanageable. From this podcast, we've been on this podcast, what, an hour now? Do it really sound like I'm the type of person that wanted to be managed? I ain't had a manager in 5-6 years. Feel me? This is a vibe right here.
It really is. I love this episode. I just want to say thank you to Des for like coming on.
Yes.
Thank you.
You are like so mature for your age, and we appreciate you coming on.
I appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Talking to us and letting us know a little bit about you. That was it was amazing.
Yo, I really appreciate y'all. I want to say, big ups to Gyalis J because bro has a vision.
He really
like little do y'all know, bro. For real, bro's been having a have a vision. Bro's been had a vision for years now, bro. This thing is like, this is not something that's been fly by night shit. Like, this is not one of those. Like, this is something that's been put in real thought. Truly appreciative of you. But am I the first one?
Yeah, you're the first guest of this show,
Absolutely.
man.
First one. Like,
and you did it. And you did that.
Feel me? I'm a people person. I like to talk, bro.
I knew he was. I told y'all from the get go when y'all wanted to do the.
I deal with people all day, bro. Like, this is what I do. Like, I talk to people like this. I ain't gonna lie, bro.
But we get in debates like this all the time.
That's
all the time we get in debates like this. And, at the end of the day, we both learn from each other. We may, at the end of the day, still agree to agree.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just
It just is what it is,
It
like-
is what it. Yeah. And at the end of the day, we love each other, and we go based. You know you my favorite. Those conversations are important for us to have. Absolutely.
And
For real.
and
Yeah.
Bro,
that's
people
amazing.
don't have these conversations,
Exactly.
bro. Like,
With their
they don't.
friends.
And that's
also.
why, and I would say that's why we're different, because as in us stand out to the females, because we're different in terms of like, we give them a chance and then we try to understand them before we hit them with our facts.
Yeah.
And that, like you said, that makes good conversation. But also the women too, they're willing to listen to us, and try to understand us. And I was gonna say for Nyjah, anytime I talk to her about anything, she don't just block me out. She listen to what I'm saying and then she hit me back. You know what I mean?
Yo, ladies, last thing I'm gonna leave y'all with, please, stop trying to be bad bitches.
And just be bad.
Yo, just be
wait,
not even
wait,
baddies.
to close out the show, we wanted to ask you, what does being a baddie mean to you? Because
Fuck that shit. Baddies is what I see. What's her name? Meatball and shit. Meatball and shit. That's them bitches. Like them bitches who be trying to put on this image, trying to do all that extra shit, bro. You don't need that, bro.
But we're trying
personally-
to change that name.
What about the
Fuck
baddies?
change.
Listen,
What about
listen.
bad means good?
Listen. So what about the baddies on the couch right there? What are they?
They
doing?
not
I
baddies.
consider-
What are they doing?
These are not baddies. These are not people I would consider baddies.
I
Or bad.
consider myself a baddie.
This is a beautiful woman.
She has a degree.
This is
she
a
has
beautiful,
no kids, she's doing what
sophisticated,
she needs
independent
to do.
woman.
This is a baddie right here.
Do you remember that
okay?
song by Neo?
Absolutely.
So which one? Independent?
Independent, and then the other one, she got her own.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, but this is
Play
what.
that.
You think Neo was talking about bad bitches?
No, but
Neo
listen up.
wasn't talking about bad
But
bitches.
that's what I'm trying to show you. We're taking whatever they put in negative and cleaning it up.
Absolutely.
Letting you know, even if you're trying to have a connotation on it, we could put a positive note.
Jay, my opinion, throw it away. Throw it away.
We throwing away the meaning.
Jay, throw it away.
And
I
put
don't
it
even
to-
want no bad. I don't even want no shorty who refer to herself as a bitch.
No, that's
no bad.
That's why we said baddies. That's why we
Baddies.
said
I don't
What-
refer to myself
what you
as
wanna
a
be bad
bitch.
That's why we
for?
said
Yeah.
baddies.
What you want to be bad for?
Bro, that's our slang. What you mean?
Exactly.
Bro,
It's
you
slang,
nigga.
right?
Means a bad dancer.
Shorty
She's
bad?
a bad girl.
All right.
She a bad girl?
Yes.
My
Yeah.
fault.
Yes, me I say.
If you're not
Yeah.
Jamaican, you can't say bad.
Right.
If you're not Jamaican, you can't say bad.
But I do love my baddies on the show.
You like the
As
baddies?
you see,
Man,
the
these
other
are some
baddies can't
beautiful,
compare.
sophisticated women, independent women that,
Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying, that do for themselves.
This is perfect. This is perfect.
Yeah.
If drop did Dion put in the notes what we the acronyms for?
Yeah.
Because that would let him know.
Let's put an acronym on it. Beautiful.
Where is it?
Beautiful.
Where is it?
What's the A?
One of the notes she sent in the chat.
Hold on.
Okay.
Beautiful, autistic. Nah,
Not autistic.
Oh my God. I love him, but I hate him.
you know they put autistic on anything now. When we need an
Where
A
is
word.
it?
Beautiful, awesome.
Beautiful, ambitious.
Beautiful, ambitious, debonair.
Can I read?
Go
Can I
ahead.
read some of the chat?
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So once you learn to take accountability, okay, was that something? Okay. Amen,
Yeah.
brother Jay.
Yeah, those are
Parents
all
raise us
old.
good. The love you started with pregnancy. Okay, so it does start in the womb, but it. Okay, sorry, I'm so.
Yeah, all of this
So,
is old.
Jenny, you were zoned in on the
We've already
conversation.
talked about all of
You were
that.
zoned in on the
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, we already talked about all of that.
Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. I thought this was new.
I don't see the note.
Dion, can you please throw our acronym in the comments, please? We
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
really, really want to
And
see
if
that.
and if we don't get it by the time the show closes, we got it for you next week.
Absolutely. But anyways, being a baddie is nothing but positivity. It has nothing to do with being a bitch. It has nothing to do with anything negative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We are
It's just how
baddies.
you it's
We
just
are-
how you carry yourself. It's just a nice little
Absolutely.
word, you know.
Absolutely.
It's cute.
We are working women. The three of us, we are working
But I
women.
get,
We're
you know,
educated.
that's yeah. I get why I got a bad taste in your mouth also because of what they put bad on the
stigma.
TV.
Yeah,
The stigma.
and we talked about that on the first show.
Think
You was
about it.
here.
Bad
you was here
bitches.
for the first show when we
Listen
talked
up.
about it.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, fuck bad bitches. Bro, Lil Kim, all right, about one of the first people, one of the earliest people I could recognize as a bad bitch, right, is Lil Kim.
That's a little
She was
nasty.
out here showing her fucking coochie and shit.
Yeah.
Who give a fuck about that? Soon as you start posting your ass on Instagram and shit like that,
you-
we just want fuck.
Yeah.
All that bad bitch shit, we don't care.
But, keep the last word you added. That bad bitch. That's them.
That's them. Like we don't care about them.
Okay.
Even Baddies. Even all right. So about the show Baddies, that's like one of the worst shows ever right now.
Yeah,
all they do is fight.
But look at our show with the baddies.
Okay.
What are these baddies doing?
We educate.
Gyalis
We working.
We trying to get them. Yeah.
What's the name of the show?
Elevated.
And I'm a baddie gal.
Type shit.
Elevated gal.
That me I said.
Elevated gal.
I'm a baddie gal.
Yeah.
Let's put a.
You know, all right, everybody.
Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like
We love you guys.
If you're not Jamaican, you can't use the word bad.
See you next week, guys.
See,
We
Arnie
love
is still
you.
present, but she just got a show she's booking for me right now, so she stepped off, so she's still at work. She there.
Yeah.
See, Arnie, say hi, stylistas. Yeah,
Hi, stylistas.
we got y'all. Everybody in the chat, thanks for tuning in since we started. And I want to give a special birthday shout out to my sister, Sashni. Sinead Campbell.
Happy birthday.
I love you.
Feliz
I'll
cumpleaños.
see you next month. Yeah, I'll see you next month. And
That's the one that live in
Florida.
Florida.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Happy
she's-
birthday.
Yeah, she's getting up here. So like I said, thanks everybody tuning in, and do remember to drop a comment, share the video with your friends, tell people about it, tell them you enjoy it. And if you have any conversation topics that you want to hit us with, you already know, come drop it in the chat and we'll kick it off just like that. So again, this week was Man of the Month, and our guest was
Boogie
the Barber. If you need them,
Boogie the Barber.
if you need the flyest haircut, like if you want to look like a celebrity this week or next week or for Valentine's Day,
Or anytime.
come to Boogie the
Anytime.
Barber, bro, for real. Like
Tell them
this
where
shit
to
really
find
is
your
real.
address. Yeah,
Yo,
tell us your address.
301 Genesee Street. I personally go by appointments. I'm sorry, y'all. It's just you know, a lot of
Unless you
people.
from the if you call the
what I'm
live vibes, you get a special.
Special retreat for the live
Yeah,
vibe. Matter of fact,
live vibes get you walking.
if Jay personally refers you to me, I will personally give you a $10 off discount for fucking with me, for sure.
All right.
Oh my God.
Yo, listen,
Vibes pulling weight.
Boogie, BOOGIEDABARBA. He probably gonna post it later in the edits
Yes.
on Instagram, Facebook, Boogie the Barber, TikTok, all that. Boogie the Barber, bro. If he not black, it's probably not me.
Yeah.
Yo, it's another Boogie the Barber in the streets. That's my boy though. I ain't gonna talk bad about him. Puerto Rican dude. He on Stone Road. If y'all wanna go fuck with him too. But the
Boogie
real
the Black
big dog.
Barber.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Real
Go
big
to
dog.
Genesee Street.
Real big dog. Real big dog.
So like I said, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is Gyalis and the Baddies. Shout out to my whole team, Pundai 9,
Yes.
Tiani, Dion, everybody from the Live Vibes family. And next week is Why We Unwind. So next week we're probably gonna have more open conversations,
Yes,
with a little
sir.
bit more wine.
Absolutely.
And we probably have a guest sitting in. Next week we probably bring our friends if they want to
Exactly.
sit. Just get the
Big
vibes
ups,
going.
big ups,
So
big ups.
each of us gonna bring a friend just to see what it's like.
Bring a friend, bring a
We're
friend.
gonna climb up on the couch, sitting on the carpet like back in the day.
Yes.
And then we just go have a good time.
Big ups, big
Okay.
ups.
We about to take
Bye,
y'all out with some tunes right now. See y'all next week, everybody.
Yes, sir.
We love you.
Baby.
Everybody. We'll talk to the other chill ladies living in the chat right now. Oh,
Is it me or like?
That's just what I see.
That's what we do. That's what we think we love somebody, but y'all can't
all the ladies were in that bedroom right now on the Sunday by themselves.
Need some solitude.
Ready?
Oh,
talk to him and have to end
but everybody's trying to talk to me. Nobody trying to hear me. So you've got some things to say. Honestly, you just are moving me.
Ready?
You say it makes no sense.
Again, shout out everybody in the chat.
Figure it out. Leave me alone.
Shout out Manta, DNK Catering, shout out Brianna. Actually, see you.
This causes me so much pain.
All them Tasha.
Like I've got no control over my
Racy.
It's sad to see that you don't see. It's driving me insane. Leave me alone. Oh, yes.
Boy.
Right here now, enough of them forget black underneath. You play me
Rock
out
up boy
like
for the
a
Sunday.
come and bring off my line 7 days at the week. Oh, me no feel right now. Me no feel sleepy.
I feel like he got the tempo right now in the night.
Shut your sh-
What you say? Ladies, you ready? In the chat, you ready? We ready? Ladies, watch out.
Everybody's trying to talk to me, but nobody wanna hear me out. so I move them out. The things I say I'm done. All the stuff used to have you on my mind. You're here with me right now.
Yeah.
Think about you all the time.
Me know you're in the room by yourself right now, ladies, are upon the couch.
Somebody
So send the boy a text. Send him a text like this. Send him.
'Cause I would never had imagined you and I would be rocking.
The artist called Lila Ike. Yelling in from Christiana Manchester. Big up, mama.
You and I.
Where the girls are saying? When them see me, what them say? Yo, what night me got ding dong last night? You see? Yo, one girl call me in my corner and tell me what she say.
I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over?
What she say, 9?
Ask all your questions, yes, I'll be
Me I try to get away from her. She draw me back and say.
I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask all your questions, yes, I'll be real. But come and see you with your crew. Just a woman I go through and I can tell say you admire the real
Oh God!
Look at me, looking at you.
Yeah, you're all she full of lyrics, my dog.
Right. I'm also conscious by the swift and I'm out corner. You probably think that girl about that, bet you love the drama. But my kinda like the vibe, so I guess I can come over if you really wanna. I spy that you see something you might like. Won't you come over if you really feel it? Ask me questions, yes, I really mean it. When you speak to me, I hear a song.
Me and the girl
Every
them.
word you say feels
Rock
like
and
a
go in. Rock and go in. Make we rock and go in. Hey!
Take you with me everywhere. Listen to you every day. Oh, my sweet inspiration. When I feel like I can't do what I'm supposed to, and I can't even pick myself up out of bed. You come around with so much energy.
Hey.
Fill me with such
In the chat right now, if you like the vibe, drop a fire emoji right now. Make a cruise and go nice Sunday evening.
When you speak to me, I hear a song. Speak to me, I hear a song. Every word you say feels like a poem.
Yay!
I would take you with me everywhere. Listen to you every day.
Yo, 9.
Oh,
And after me, I try walk away from the girl. Yo, what she tell me again? Yo, what she tell me? Yo, what she tell me?
Hey, you say you want to know why the eye check for the eye?
Yo, what she tell me?
It's simple. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we just want mix it. But already,
Watch
well,
out!
it's not the way you walk, and it's not the way you talk,
Ladies!
and it's not your beat up car. You definitely ain't no movie star, and it's not the clothes you wear, and it's not your nappy hair, and it's not the gangsta flex. Baby, it's all about the sex. Me just love up your walk. Love the way you want my bum stuck. On the big booty, on the big stick. Tell me that you do the way my bum. Love the long and down bum walk. Love the way you walk, you make this girl stop. Climb up on the cabin of the big truck. Have me a let half even though you're broke. Love the long and down. Love the long and down. Love the long and down. Love the long thing down. Hey.
You want to know why the eye check for the eye? I don't know. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And you see from here, get what you forget. Everything conversation. Just work with it, man. I'ma say, yeah, yeah.
Ladies!
And it's not the way you talk, and it's not your beat up car. You definitely ain't no movie star, and it's not the clothes you wear, and it's not your nappy hair, and it's not your gangsta flex. Baby, it's all about the sex. Me just love off your boom walk, love the way you want me boom boom stuck. Pon the big booty, pon the big stick. Tell me time to the when the boom flick. Love the
Ba-da-ba-dum-ba.
boom walk. Love the way you walk, you make this girl